So there's this myth that if you work for yourself, you have complete control of your time. And though that's technically true, it's not always true, especially during the summer, which I should know. I have a little awesome dude and he just started first grade. But the point is, this last 2 months, I've been working for myself at home 30 to 40 hours per week with a 6-year-old with me, and it's been a whirlwind, and I had to readjust my routine and completely just figure out the better way of doing things when I'm busy being a mom, busy being a wife, busy being a dog owner. My dogs are right here. And then also, running a full-time business. And just for context, I have an agency, which I actually just started this year, which is super exciting. Myself, I'm an online business manager, and I thought to myself, ooh, what if I could create more of me to help clients? And so that's what I've done. I now have a team of 3, so 4 including myself. No, a team of 4. Wow, there's 5 of us now. Gosh, I can't even believe it. And we're, taking on clients. So if you need help in your business, it'll be linked below. But my team and I are helping clients. And so I really had to lean on them a lot this last couple of months. I've had to prioritize. I will say that this is the first day in a long time on a work day that I've gotten ready and taken care of myself, which is not what I'm recommending, but it's just I had to make some adjustments and changes. So today I just really want to talk about balancing life and your, job. If you're working for yourself, maybe you're in corporate. When I first started working for myself, I also had a 40-hour per week job, a 1-year-old. I was freelancing for, 10 or so hours a week. And I had my own YouTube channel and all of that. So I get the struggle, the hustle, but how can we do this in a more sustainable way where you can actually build something? That's what I want to chat about today. So just for a few minor adjustments that I made instantly during the summer, I realized, first of all, morning routine was just non-existent. Instead of waking up in the morning and having to take my son to school and getting my, coffee on the go, I was sleeping in a little bit more, snuggling my son while he watched some morning cartoons, and just taking a whole slow approach to mornings and not just diving into work. I normally, as soon as my son would be at school, so probably 7:45, 8 a.m., I am sitting at my desk, I'm doing emails, I'm working, I'm drinking my coffee. Whereas in the summer, I didn't really get motivated or started until 8:30 or 9 some days, which for me is super late because I am mostly motivated in the morning. So once it hits afternoon, who am I? I'm a sleepy zombie and I don't get as much done. So in the summer, that also was a struggle because my mornings were now slow and spent with my son primarily. What? Hey. Are you okay? My mornings were slower, which means I got a later start, which means even my motivation was shorter. Just because I got a later start didn't mean I was all of a sudden motivated in the afternoon. No. I still always lose motivation around 1 p.m. That's when I start going down. So every bit of time I can spend before then getting stuff done is going to be the best for me. It was a struggle, but I just had to make that adjustment because I wanted to spend time with my son in the mornings, and I also then had to make him breakfast and get him started on his day, maybe have an activity ready for him, which also means the evenings were spent doing a lot of preparation for that as well. So one way recently I helped me with those slow mornings is when I did get into my office, I would usually curl up with a blanket, barely ever got ready, to be honest. I was usually wearing my sweatpants and sweatshirt from the night before. I'd light a warm candle, and just to give my office even a more relaxing vibe, I just really had to learn to be relaxed, to not stress myself out about being behind, because pretty much all summer long I was behind in my work. I never felt like I was on top of it. I always felt like I was running a race and coming in last. I had to find other ways to relax me so that my anxiety and stress didn't take over. So I guess if we're gonna throw in a tip, it would be to find ways to create a calm environment, so that way when you're inevitably stressed, because you're going to be if you're balancing, working from home and being a parent or anything else, maybe having a full-time job or whatever, it is gonna get overwhelming. So find ways that you can find peace and give yourself some grace. Once I started work finally, whether that was 9:30, whatever time I finally got to my desk, I would always try to get done the things I absolutely don't enjoy doing. And not that I don't love chatting with clients, like I do. Every time I get on a call with a client, I end up leaving the call being like, oh, that was so fun. I loved talking to somebody. I work from home, so any chance I get to talk to other people is really nice, but it does take a lot of time. I don't know why, but when I get off of a call, I feel like burnt out already. Like it takes a lot of energy, probably because of the social aspect. Mornings, I like to do any calls I possibly can, emails, video editing, like any of those like larger, deep work tasks. I like to try to get done first thing in the morning because I know I'm gonna lose a lot of motivation, come 1 p.m. Some of the easier tasks that are more fun, I guess, maybe it's like editing a reel or filming a reel. Maybe it's doing like some sort of project for one of my digital products. I really enjoy doing that. Maybe it's building an SOP for my own agency. That's something I actually enjoy doing. I don't know why, but I love writing out steps, taking screenshots. Like I just love doing that kind of stuff. So like those are really good afternoon tasks because I can throw on some music, or if my son is getting antsy because the day is ending as far as work goes, like I can do that kind of stuff while he's playing in here and making lots of noise, where in the mornings he's more calm, he's distracted with breakfast. So that's a great time for me to be on a client call. Just adjusting your schedule to fit whatever is going on in the background of your life is super important when you're trying to balance a lot. So one of the biggest shifts I made, and this is actually something I'm going to carry into just like my daily work life, was to stop focusing on time management and instead focusing on energy management. Now, I'm not even trying to say like energy within, like I'm talking straight up energy. Coffee does nothing for me anymore. It feels nice to have a warm drink in the morning, but I swear this gives me no energy at all. I can have 3 coffees a day and I'm still going to be a zombie in the afternoon. Like it does not matter. So for me, I had to really concentrate on my energy. And just even as like a whole female thing, for those of you that don't know, I discovered something in the last couple of years that during that full week before my period, I have no energy, no motivation. I want to quit everything. I'm like, I'm quitting YouTube. I'm gonna just not work. I'm just gonna lay on the couch and sleep my day away. Like I hate everything. I don't know why, but I just like, that's not a good week for me to do big projects, to meet with tons of clients. It's a bad week. And so I avoid doing big tasks on that week. So that's what I mean by energy management, like really paying attention to yourself. Like in the afternoons, I'm always tired. So I need to adjust my schedule based on my energy levels and what's going on for me. So really pay attention, maybe even start like a little journal and write down just like when you feel the worst, like monthly, weekly, daily, like where do you hit the most like slump time? For me, like Fridays, for example, which today is actually a Friday, I have this weird little boost of energy, and I think it's because I know that it's the weekend and I get to spend time with my family and I get to shut my computer down because I, do work on weekends sometimes for myself if I want to, but I always try to have an actual weekend. Just because I work for myself and work at home doesn't mean I want to be working my weekends away. Because my husband is in a corporate job and my son now, especially being back in school, the weekends are everything for me when it comes to spending time with my little, family unit. So I love the weekends and I work like a normal Monday through Friday shift. And so it's a great day for me to film videos. So energy management above time management. And I think also beyond that is just having some room for flexibility, because there are some days out of nowhere I just feel this like burst of excitement and energy and could like bust out like a huge to-do list. If I'm feeling that vibe, I'm instantly just gonna like use it and get as much done as I can, even if that means I'm gonna have a lighter afternoon or a lighter week at the end of the week or whatever that might mean for me. It's like, if you have the energy, spend it. Don't burn yourself out, but use it when you have it, because the next day you just might not be feeling that same energy and you might not be able to get as much done. And so if you have the energy, use it. If you don't, maybe lean into that. And, I don't want you to procrastinate, but like maybe tomorrow you'll have more energy if you give yourself some grace and rest today. So this is something that I have struggled with for a really long time, and that's asking for help. It's okay to ask for somebody to help you. If you have kids at home and you need somebody just to come over and play with your kid, maybe it's like a niece or nephew, it's okay to get help. If you have a parent down the road that can come over and just spend even an hour with your child, or maybe it's getting some help with doing some housework. I don't outsource a lot. I do a lot of my work myself. Like, I obviously have a team, but that's for client work. For myself and for my own business and my own content, I do a lot of that work myself. But something I've really been leaning into lately is getting help with copywriting, because I can write and I think I can write a compelling sales page, but it just takes so much time and I just don't have that kind of time. So I finally found this amazing copywriter through Fiverr, who is the sponsor of today's video, by the way, but I have used her now 3 different times. I actually have another project I'm working on that I'll need her help again, because she just writes the most amazing sales pages. Her business name is The Copy Creative. You can find her on Fiverr. She's affordable, and I'm telling you, when I read the sales copy she's written, I'm like, how does she sound just like me? She is so good at what she does. And so I'm so grateful that Fiverr reached out to me to do a sponsorship, because if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have taken the time to like really dive into finding some help with that. And I will use her for all of eternity when it comes to my copywriting, because now she just knows me and it's like, hey girl, I have this new project for you, and then she gets it done so fast. Definitely check her out. I will have her specific page linked below, and if you do, let her know I sent you over, just because I want to give her some hearts. I don't get referral or anything. I want her to know that I'm sending her clients because she's amazing and she deserves it. Let me know in the comments what videos you would like to see from me, because I am back. I have more time, so I get to post videos more again. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.